The remainder of the Blue Army finally made it to the main encampment in Tan territory that Commander Barr was stationed at. They came back a defeated nation, but at the very least, they were still alive. Thus began the start of the exiled Blue Nation. Commander Barr and General McLear met to talk strategy. Commander Barr, I'm glad that the evacuation plan worked and you managed to extract the majority of your army. What is the plan to get your territory back? Thank you, McLear. As much as it pains me to say this, I think that we need to take care of Tan defenses before we can take back our homeland. The Greens have been pushing hard on us recently, and I think they're gearing up for a large attack. Let's reposition our men to the southern defenses. I don't think that the Purples or Grays will be attacking from the north for a bit, so we don't have to worry about that. Alright, that's a sensible strategy. Let's send our troopers south. Commander Barr and McLear went through with their plan, but the Greens had different problems going on. Prime Minister Creed was talking to a Red ambassador. Prime Minister Creed, I'm afraid that the Red-Green alliance is no longer sustainable, so henceforth we will be officially disbanding it. What? You cannot do this. We have a war to fight. I'm sorry, but the Kaiser has made up his mind. Red scum, you will pay for this. If we are not friends, then we are enemies. The messenger left, and Creed was standing there infuriated. Out of rash hatred for his betrayers, he sent the Green Army forward towards red lines, looking to exact his revenge. Hey guys, what's going on? Daily Tactics here, and I am back with another episode of Army Men Civil War. Now, as you probably could tell if you're a fan of the series, it had been a little bit of a while since the last time I posted one of these, and that's simply because I got sick. You can probably still hear it in my voice, and I might cough a few times, so I do apologize about that, but I am feeling well enough to start making videos again, and I'm back at my main computer, which is very helpful as well. So either way, sorry about the delayed episode, but I think it'll be worth it. I think this one's pretty cool. So basically, the Greens were betrayed by the Reds, and the alliance was broken off, and Prime Minister Creed, in his moment of anger, decided to declare war on them and invade into Red territory. So here is the Green Army. They've actually got a few half tracks now, which I think is pretty cool. Love a good half track, of course, with this guy at the 50 cal on top. They've got a bunch of M4A3 Shermans. Actually, these might be the 76 Shermans. I always forget. Yeah, they're the 76 Shermans. As well as one of these Pershing tanks back here, which is a beefy boy. So yeah, they're going to be attacking the red positions over this riverbank here. The Reds have a very solid defense. They've got trenches all along the riverside. They've got one Tiger tank. As you remember from a previous episode, they did start using Tiger tanks, which is pretty cool, but they're kind of scarce. Oh, sorry. They've also got a bunch of these pack guns, which are pretty sweet. They have one Sherman over here, chilling by this sort of like destroyed mine area. And then the final sort of defense area has two more pack guns, one here and one there, and men inside this little village. I spent a long time trying to make this battle sort of even, so I'm really hoping it is pretty even, because, you know, it's very randomized, anything can happen, so we'll see. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and press start here, and I'm also going to go into half speed, just so we can see everyone. It does look like some men are running forward in a bit of a suicide way for the Greens. Actually, a lot of men. Yeah, we're going to stop these guys from doing this, just because a lot of you guys commented last time when I let them do it because of the whole no controlling thing. You guys were like, no, you should probably stop that, just because it's just stupid. Oh, sorry about that. I don't think anyone's running forward on this side, though, so we're good over here. Either way, full-on action is occurring here as the Greens mobilize and begin to move forward over here. A few Reds going down, but as we know, that cannon just shot up. Sorry, not cannon, barrel. Ooh, the red M4A3 Sherman over here has been blown up. It didn't get any tank kills, I don't believe, so it wasn't very effective. But as you guys know, the Reds are much more powerful than your average soldier. They have about 2 to 3 times as much health, depending. I sort of randomized it in this case. So they can definitely survive longer than the Greens. But the Greens have more people, as well as more tanks, because the Reds don't have the greatest tank production. Compared to the Greens, it's worse. And yeah, but the Reds do have very, very powerful soldiers, which will come in handy here. This 76 Sherman just got nailed in the side, and it looks like the crew is bailing out on fire. And it looks like that thing just absolutely exploded. This guy got out right on time, but he burned to death, sadly. The Reds over here are getting pretty hurt. The Reds over here, though, are surviving okay. It looks like the Tiger tank is still alive and still kicking. It is dueling with a few green tanks over this way. I don't... Oh, there's the Pershing. The Pershing has yet to really come into battle with the Tiger tank, but the Shermans over here are getting bludgeoned. This one's tracked, so we can go ahead and fix that track, as it is a part of the track, or the rule. These lines over here, by the way, speaking of the rules that we've set up, these lines can be retreated. So we'll retreat them back. I think it's a good time to retreat. They're losing their cover. It's getting blown up. Actually, we'll just retreat them over here, because this line is still doing okay. And I would say this line is also doing well. It looks like the Greens are starting to actually cross over now. Let's go into normal speed for the remainder of the video. A couple of Greens just sort of waltzing forward. This Sherman just got absolutely battered, and is still alive and then dies. That thing just took some nasty hits, and it caught a few troopers on fire that were already dead. But here comes the Pershing, possibly here to save the day and finally take out that Tiger tank. The couple times I've actually run this, a few times the Tiger tank has won the Pershing duel, and a few times the Pershing has won, so it'll be interesting to see who wins this time around. The Pershing is lining up its shot on the Tiger tank. It takes its shot right there. Looks like it tracked the Tiger, but didn't kill it. The Tiger fires, but the Tiger is actually focusing on the Shermans over here, and it nails this one, taking it out. These half-tracks are still peppering Red troopers with fire. The Pershing's moving closer in. Looks like this gun over here is slightly damaged, but its main firing power might still be working, so that might be a good time for the Reds to take out this Pershing as it barrels forward. Oh, the Pershing's main gun is actually damaged now, so it's not going to be able to take a shot on that Tiger. It's only going to be able to use its machine gun power. Looks like the Tiger has taken a few shots. We see the impact marks. I don't know what's damaged on it besides the track. But here comes the Pershing barreling forward, and it's getting hit by a lot of the Red artillery. This one looks like it has sustained some damage, but it's still, its main gun is operational. This one down here is trying to kill this Pershing before it gets too close. Now green infantry is starting to cruise on in a little bit. We see some rocket troopers trying to take some shots at the Tiger tank. Those things can definitely take this thing out, so the Greens still have hope for that. This left side over here, I'm not seeing a lot of green troopers. I think most of them must have rotated to the left. A few of them are still chilling over here, but I think a lot of them rotated, but some of these half-tracks are moving forward now. We see a lot of green troopers hanging out on the banks of the river. I don't know if that's a good strategic spot or not. I'm not totally sure, to be honest. The Tiger tank might be dead. I haven't seen a lot of movement from it. I haven't even seen it fire. We can just check, honestly. No, it's still alive. Oh, there we go. It's still rattling off some shots. It's got 51 infantry, 52 infantry kills, and a tank kill. That's not bad. Alright, these dudes up here. One of them is bleeding. That's a new feature in Rob's mod, I'm pretty sure, the bleeding thing, so they can actually die from bleeding over time. There wasn't an update to Rob's mod, I believe, and I think that was a part of it. Kind of interesting, so that kind of adds a new factor to this, is that troopers can get injured and then start bleeding and bleed out, which is kind of crazy. I think that should actually be added to other Men of War games. It just sort of adds another bit of strategy. Either way, Sandbag's up here getting tossed around and destroyed. Red troopers in this village are getting quickly gunned down by these trucks. These three guys over here, we could probably retreat them. One of them's bleeding, and he just died. We'll run these guys back into this village here, where they can continue the fight. These guys, I think, should stay up here. Actually, they just lost. Oh, they're dying anyway. I think these guys might actually be able to get a few more kills, so we'll leave them up here. Is the Tiger tank Tiger tank might be alive. It's kind of tough to tell, honestly. But green soldiers are starting to really get up close and personal with this bad boy. It is still alive, but this bazooka trooper is right here. He could just absolutely nail it right now, but he's healing first. I don't know, man. You gotta work on your priorities. Take out the tiger tank before you heal, because your men are just dying by it. But you know, he can do what he wants. All right, he's all healed up. He takes the shot. Looked promising. He's very close, so no, it's not dead. Wow. Oh, another shot taken. He's dead now? Nope, still not dead. Wow. I hear a Sherman over here still with its engine rumbling. Oh, it's this thing. It's still tracked, but alright, yeah, repair the track. We do have the tank repair rule. Also, these guys on the bank, they're not going to move forward. It's the AI being dumb. So I'm going to move them forward. If you guys get mad at me for this in the comments, I don't care, just because, honestly, these guys literally would not move forward if I didn't instruct them to. They would be stuck on this bank and not proceed forward. It's a glitch. It is not me helping either side. I consider it in the same vein of me repairing a tank or retreating back soldiers from a defensive position that is dead. So, there's that. This brave green soldier over here, cresting this hill. He's got an SMG grease gun. He's taking little peeks over here. Oh, by the way, the Pershing, I totally forgot about this. The Pershing has died. I guess it just sort of cruised right on into this village and then got shot down. The crew of this anti-tank gun is also down. Oh, our little buddy up here died. But he's got more friends coming up. It does look like the Tiger tank was finally cleared out. I'm assuming it was one of the bazooka troopers. And now the remainder of the Green Army is beginning to creep forward on the last remaining red village over here in this vicinity. And this is actually a very, very good defensive position for the Reds. They have this nice hill on the side where if they can maintain control of the crest of it and keep gunning down men who crest over it, they're going to have a great position. These troopers down here have a nice line shot of the enemy across the way. There's just lots of corners that they can play, which is great. However, they do have some problems with this this truck right here, which is just rattling off fire at them. This thing could be a danger because a 50 caliber weapon is very, very powerful, obviously, and it's just having free reign over the men over here. So they really need to just nail that gunner if they want to do anything. But I think the bazookas are out of range and the troopers are having a little bit of trouble. Here comes one of the repaired Shermans. The only repaired Sherman, actually. This is the last Sherman in the game. Last tank in the game. Oh, and here we go. Some of these troopers are cresting up this hill. If the Reds can maintain fire up here, they can really do some damage. If they don't maintain fire and the Greens get a foothold up there, then the Reds are likely in danger. But I am seeing the Reds getting some good kills here. This machine gun is rattling off some nice fire, taking out a good number of them. If they can maintain that, then, like I said before, they're gonna rack up a lot of confirmed kills and do pretty well. Except this position is under heavy fire. They reposition into the bushes over here, trying to look for a little bit of cover and continue to rattle off fire. They are getting a lot of kills over here. I did sort of think the Greens would likely come over this way. It just seems like something the AI would do, or some. I don't know what that explosion was. Maybe it was a bazooka shot at those guys, actually, in an attempt to take them out, and it did work. Or it was the Sherman. I'm not totally sure. But yeah, I just sort of. It seems like a thing the AI would do, or any general trying to take on the enemy from above by surprise, but I mean, the Reds are a little bit smarter than that. Oh, sorry about that. So we're kind of in last stand mode here for the Reds. They've got troopers left, just not a lot of them, and they're pretty spread out, I would say. They might manage to get a few more green kills, but I think overall the Greens likely have won the day here. Again, we still have troopers way back here who just refuse to move forward, so we're just going to egg them on a little bit, get them to come. The Greens don't have a ton of infantry, to be honest, actually. And most of it is doing these stupid suicide runs, but actually these guys are getting a somewhat nice position. A few of them are getting shot, but they are laying down some nice cover fire. I don't think the Reds have any more machine guns really to deal with them. I'm seeing a lot of M1 Garands, some submachine guns, but nothing really heavy hitting. And this Sherman is going for the flank. They have one bazooka trooper over here, but it's pretty far away to actually get a kill on that thing. And it also doesn't have the angle, so that's going to be pretty dangerous. Reds in their final stand mode over here are having some trouble. This guy's got a hunting rifle. He gets domed, though, and goes down. And the Greens are closing in. Really, really closing in here. We got this group of 3 over here and 1 trooper over there. One of the Reds over here gets gunned down by that half-track, and these last 2 boys are getting closed in on. This guy's firing his M1 Garand. They do have potential to get a few kills here, because the Reds do have better health and training than the Greens, so it is possible. But they're just in such a tight position against such large numbers, and they get grenaded, which was a great strategy by the Greens. One of the Reds goes down, the second goes down there too. And it looks like this dude over here is also dead. So that is going to be a Green victory there in the start of this war with the Greens and the Reds. I guess it's all part of the same civil war, just now there are less alliances and more of an every man for himself kind of a deal going on, which is kind of interesting. I'm digging the way the story is going. I hope you guys are too, and I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Comment, rate, and subscribe if you did enjoy. Remember to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Steam, Discord, Overtone, all of the fun places if you'd like to keep up to date with the channel and things like that, or get more in depth with the channel. Either way, guys, I love and appreciate all of the support you guys have been giving me. You guys are phenomenal, and I'll see y'all later. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.